At dawn, a camper slides one foot into a boot left beside the tent, and something inside moves first. In America's deserts, the real danger often waits in the places you trust: shoes, sleeping bags, folded clothes, and the shadow under a cooler. Scorpions, kissing bugs, fire ants, and other nocturnal survivors use your camp to escape heat and dryness. The hike is not always the risky part. It is what happens after dark. Desert camps are different because the safest-looking shelter is often the only usable shelter for small animals. In a wet forest, insects can hide in leaf litter, rotting logs, moss, and damp soil. In the southwest, open sand and rock can become lethal during the day, so shade becomes prime real estate. That shade is not only under boulders or inside cracks, it is under your tent edge, beneath a backpack, inside a boot, under a folded towel, or in the gap below a cooler. A campsite creates tiny pockets of darkness, warmth, and moisture in a place where those things are scarce. Your gear can also draw in the food chain. Lanterns attract moths and beetles. Moisture dripping from ice chests can pull insects toward the middle of camp. Predators follow those insects, including animals campers often call bugs even when they are not insects at all. That distinction matters. Scorpions and spiders are arachnids, not insects, but they belong in the same risk conversation because they use the same hiding places around camp. And of all these desert surprises, scorpions are the one many campers underestimate most. They are quiet, small, nocturnal, and easy to miss until a hand or foot enters their shelter. The Arizona bark scorpion is the one Southwest campers need to take seriously. It is small, pale, and easy to overlook against sand, bark, or light-colored gear, but its sting can cause intense burning pain, numbness, tingling, muscle twitching, and in vulnerable people, symptoms that may require medical care. Its danger comes from where it waits. Bark scorpions hide under rocks, loose bark, firewood, ground debris, and anything else that creates a tight shaded gap. Around a campsite, that can mean the underside of a camp chair, the folds of a tarp, the bottom of a backpack, or the inside of a shoe left outside the tent. They can also climb. Unlike many scorpions that mostly stay low, bark scorpions may end up on rough walls, tree trunks, tent fabric, or vertical gear surfaces. That matters because a camper may check the ground and still miss one sitting higher, near a door flap, lantern strap, or hanging towel. The risk rises sharply after dark. Scorpions hunt at night, moving out to find insects while campers are walking barefoot, reaching for gear with tired hands, or relying on dim headlamps that only light a narrow slice of ground. A sting often happens when someone presses skin against a hidden scorpion, not because the animal is chasing them. The practical rule is simple: shake out shoes, inspect bedding, lift gear carefully, and use a bright light before touching dark spaces. And scorpions are only the beginning, because spiders use many of those same quiet, undisturbed shelters. In desert country, the spider danger is usually not out in the open. It is tucked into the places campers stop thinking about: the woodpile beside a fire ring, the corner of an old outhouse, a cracked foundation, a rock crevice, or the messy edge of a campsite where tarps, buckets, and scrapboards have been sitting too long. Black widows are the main spider most campers should recognize. The female is glossy black, often with a red hourglass mark underneath, and she builds messy webs in sheltered, undisturbed pockets. A bite may feel minor at first, but the venom can trigger severe muscle cramping, abdominal pain, sweating, nausea, high blood pressure, and waves of pain that spread beyond the bite area. Death is rare, but the experience can become a real medical emergency, especially for children, older adults, or people with health problems. The Southwest also has desert recluse populations in some areas, and they deserve respect without turning them into monsters. Serious tissue damage from recluse bites is uncommon, and many suspected bites are something else entirely. The realistic risk goes up when hands or skin enter dark, stored, undisturbed gear where a spider has had time to settle. Most spider bites happen defensively. A spider gets trapped against skin inside clothing, shoes, bedding, gloves, or a backpack strap, and bites because it is being crushed. Shake out gear, use gloves when moving old material, and keep sleeping areas clear of clutter. But not every desert emergency comes from one hidden bite. Some of the worst encounters start when the danger arrives by the thousands. Africanized honeybees are now established in parts of the southern United States, especially the warmer desert regions of the Southwest. For campers, the important fact is not that one bee is dramatically deadlier. Their venom is not uniquely more toxic than the venom of other honeybees. The danger comes from how fast a colony can respond, how many bees may join the attack, and how far they may keep pursuing once they see you as a threat. These colonies can settle into places that look harmless from a campsite: hollow trees, rock gaps, old tires, empty boxes, abandoned sheds, wall cavities, irrigation equipment, and junk left near desert roads. A nest may be invisible until someone walks too close, bumps the structure, or starts moving debris that has been sitting in the sun for months. The common triggers are simple campsite mistakes. A generator, off-road vehicle, or power tool can send vibrations through a hidden nest site. Kids may poke holes in the ground or toss rocks into cavities. Dogs may sniff around old equipment or dig at the base of a tree. Someone looking for shade may step into an abandoned structure without checking the corners first. If bees begin to swarm, do not swat and do not freeze. Cover your face, run in a straight line towards shelter, and get inside a vehicle or building if you can. Water is not a reliable escape because bees may wait above the surface. Honeybee danger is mostly a daylight problem. After sunset, the desert does not become safe. It changes shifts, and the next threats are built for the dark. After dark, the desert campsite becomes a shelter map for insects and arachnids. Scorpions, spiders, centipedes, kissing bugs, and other nocturnal arthropods move more when the ground cools, because the daytime heat that kept them hidden finally drops to a level they can tolerate. That is the same window when campers become less precise. A flashlight beam misses the edge of a shoe. A half-open backpack looks empty from above. A sleeping bag gets unrolled without checking the footbox. In desert country, those small blind spots matter more than people expect. Your gear attracts these animals for simple reasons. Boots are dark, narrow, and protected from wind. Jackets and towels hold warmth after sunset. Backpacks create folds and pockets. Tent corners trap heat and sometimes moisture from breath, spilled water, or condensation. To a small desert predator looking for cover, that gear can look better than a rock crack. The risky moment is usually contact, not pursuit. A hand reaches into a bag. A foot slides into a boot. Someone steps outside barefoot for a short bathroom trip. A camper grabs a towel from the ground and presses it against skin before looking at it. The routine is simple. Keep tent doors zipped. Do not leave gear open on the ground. Shake out shoes, clothing, and bedding before use. Wear sandals or shoes outside, even for a minute. Use a headlamp before stepping anywhere, and do not place hands where your eyes have not checked first. The goal is not paranoia. It is a desert-specific nighttime routine that makes accidental contact unlikely. The most useful desert safety habit starts before your foot goes into a boot. Turn each shoe upside down. Tap the heel and toe, then look inside with a light. Do not trust a quick shake in the dark. Check the tongue, the toe box, and the space under the insole if it has lifted. Use the same ritual for gloves, hats, shirts, pants, and anything left outside or in an open vestibule. Pick it up by the edge, shake it away from your body, then inspect folds and pockets before putting it on. A headlamp makes this fast, and speed matters when people are tired in the morning or half awake at night. Your tent should become a sealed room, not a casual shelter. Zip the door immediately after entering or exiting. Run a quick check along seams, floor edges, and corners where small insects can collect. Keep sleeping bags and pillows away from tent walls, because pressure against the fabric can make bites or stings more likely if something is trapped on the outside. Food and trash belong away from the sleeping area in sealed containers. Crumbs and sticky wrappers can pull in ants, flies, beetles, and the predators that hunt them. Do not create an insect trail that leads straight to your tent. Choose the campsite with the same mindset. Avoid debris piles, abandoned structures, dense brush, rock piles, animal burrows, exposed firewood stacks, and any place where you can already see steady insect movement. Clear, open ground is usually easier to monitor. Next comes the part many campers get wrong. They fear the dramatic creatures, while ignoring the simple hazards most likely to cause trouble. A vinegaroon can look like a nightmare under a flashlight, with claws, a whip-like tail, and a defensive spray that smells like vinegar. For most campers, it is not a deadly emergency. The spray can irritate eyes and skin, but it is not the same kind of threat as medically significant venom. Camel spiders get the same treatment online. They are fast, large, and unsettling, but they do not chase people to kill them, and they are not venomous. A bite can hurt and should be cleaned like any puncture wound, but panic usually creates more risk than the animal. Large desert beetles, giant centipedes, and tarantulas also get lumped into the deadly category because they look armored, hairy, or alien. Some can bite, pinch, or cause local pain. That does not automatically mean they are likely to kill a healthy adult. The real warning signs are different. Trouble breathing, swelling away from the sting site, repeated vomiting, spreading numbness, severe weakness, chest tightness, or symptoms in a child, older adult, or allergic person. Desert safety is not about fearing the ugliest creature. It is about recognizing which reaction needs help fast. Before you camp in desert country, pack for the insects you might never see until you disturb them. Bring a bright headlamp, closed-toe shoes, lightweight gloves, intact bug netting or a fine mesh tent, antihistamine, tweezers, and a basic first aid kit. Add a charged phone, satellite messenger, or another emergency plan if you will be far from service. Set camp before dark whenever possible. Scan the ground for ant trails, burrows, dead wood, rock piles, and low brush where insects and arachnids can hide. Keep food sealed, zip bags closed, and lift packs off the ground if you can. Do not leave boots, gloves, towels, or clothing open overnight. Every time you put on footwear, shake it out first. Use a light before reaching under cots, tables, coolers, or rocks. Sleep inside a sealed tent, on a cot, or on a protected pad, not directly on bare ground with exposed skin. If a swarm moves through, leave quickly and calmly. Do not swat at bees or wasps, and do not freeze beside the nest. If someone develops trouble breathing, chest tightness, severe weakness, spreading numbness, or swelling away from the sting, treat it as urgent and get medical help. Desert safety is not fear, it is turning small habits into automatic steps. Suspect the desert most after sunset, when cooling gear becomes shelter for things you did not invite. Use the checklist before your next Southwest trip, build the habits, and keep panic out of the plan. Thanks for watching. Share your desert camping experience in the comments, and subscribe for more outdoor safety guides.